welcome back to my channel, Time with Lauren. Today I have a super easy and fun recipe for you guys, and I call this mason jar salsa. So I came up with this recipe a few years ago, and we've always made our own salsa. We've always had a garden, but this came to me because we didn't have any fresh tomatoes, and we were going somewhere, and I needed to bring something really quick. So I thought of the perfect idea, in my opinion, and I came up with this recipe. Now, I've made salsa 100 ways, 100 times different. Now, so I don't always follow an exact recipe. I don't do it always the exact way. You can use jarred jalapeños if you don't have fresh. So you really do need fresh cilantro, but other than that, you probably have all of these ingredients on hand all the time. So you just need canned tomatoes. My preference would be whole tomatoes, but I didn't have those in my pantry today, so I'm just gonna use these diced tomatoes. You're gonna need garlic, a jalapeno. I've made this with jarred jalapenos, and I've also made it with fresh. Today we're gonna use fresh because it's growing in our garden. And then we're gonna need an onion. And then also, this is optional, but I do like to add this. It gives a certain flavor that you can't really get with just fresh salsa. It kind of adds something, and that's a Mrs Wages salsa mix, and it's just seasoning. I do like adding this. I don't always have it on hand, and I don't add a lot. I'm just gonna add 1 tablespoon to this recipe. So let's go ahead and get started. You're just gonna start by taking your cilantro, giving it a rough chop, and then you can push that to the side. Now, if you want your salsa with big chunks, then leave big chunks. If you like it really pureed, then go ahead and blend it up all the way. I'm just gonna pre-chop this garlic just to get it started. And I'm going to put this in the bottom of my jar. Super easy. And then I'm going to slice up, I'm probably gonna use just half of this onion. Because like I said, I don't have a ton of tomatoes here, and normally when I make this, I make it in a half-gallon jar. So I use 2 28-ounce cans of tomatoes, but today I'm just using these 14, 15-ounce cans. Now, like I said, if you like your tomatoes, your onions in big chunks, then do that. If you like it really small, then leave it, then go ahead and give it a good pre-chop. So I'm just gonna chop these. My family doesn't like huge chunks of onion, so I'm going to give it a pretty good pre-chop here. So, ooh, that is a potent onion. All right, you're just gonna drop that into your jar, into the bottom. Ooh, it's gonna make me cry. Onions in our jar, oh my word. Okay, and then your jalapeno, you probably want that in small pieces, and I don't know if this is really spicy or not. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the seeds, just because my kiddos love, ooh, it smells hot. It's hot. We're gonna take the seeds out. Give it a good chop here. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this pretty finely chopped, just because, like I said, I have little ones who love salsa, and they don't mind it spicy, but they don't want to crunch into a big chunk of jalapeno. So, ooh, I can smell this. It's gonna be hot. So we're gonna get rid of the seeds today, but if you like it hot, by all means use that. If you like serranos or habaneros, use that. This is super flexible, super easy. All right, so there you go. Your onion, your garlic, and your pepper in the bottom of your jar. So next, you're just going to go in with a can of tomatoes, 2 14-ounce cans of tomatoes. I normally use 2 28 ounces for the half-gallon, and today we're doing a quart, so we're gonna have that recipe. All right, now like I said, this is optional, but I really like the flavor it adds. Mrs Wages, the top label's taken off, but also spice mix, and it's medium, and I'm just gonna add about a tablespoon jar here. Yep, that looks good. All right, and then we're gonna go in with our tomatoes. I did drain these, but so they're not real juicy. We don't like our salsa. I'm just going to plug in my immersion blender and give this a blend. And I'll link this one I have. It works super well. I've had it for many years, and it's super simple and cheap. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a blend. Add my cilantro at the end because I don't want it completely pureed. So we're just gonna put this in there, start at the bottom. And you're just gonna wanna slowly bring it up depending on how pureed you want your onions and garlic down there. So I went ahead and pureed mine most of the way. All right, now we're just gonna go in with our cilantro. Kind of drop it in. You're gonna leave some pieces bigger and smaller. Let's see. Alrighty. All right, my friends, how easy was that? Mason jar salsa with an immersion blender. You hardly made any dishes. And salt this to taste, so go ahead and give it a taste. Now this is best if you let it sit at least 12 hours, but we really like to go overnight, so 24 hours next day, then it's really the best. But this is so good, and there's many times we have eaten it as is, straight fresh. We'll take it to a gathering this way and it gets gobbled up. So that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can be alerted of all of my new videos. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.